The Biden administration is weighing a new recommendation that may not sit well with happy hour-loving Americans. They're considering lowering the recommended amount of booze we should drink in 2025. Sure to be a fan favorite there. The National Institute on Alcohol Abuse and Alcoholism director, Dr. George Koob, says the new guidelines could match Canada's, which advise people to limit consumption to just 2 drinks per week. Current recommendations for women are 1 beer, small glass of wine, or 1 shot per day. Men can have 2. Emily, this makes me so sad, especially because I just had wine from your winery, and it was delightful.
Thank you. I'm so glad you love it. Yeah, I think this is so laughable in so many ways. Most importantly, for that broad brush that they are painting and thinking that Americans are going to stand for it when we have a $35 billion industry around alcohol and the like. If they're worried about health issues, then talk about the process. Talk about the advent of diabetes or the development of diabetes with sugar and the like. There's a lot of conversations thoughtfully that we can have about health in this country, but I think coming out and being like 1 beer a week, the next beer that I have, which will be in 13 minutes. I'm going to cheers to that. 5 o'clock somewhere.
Good for you, Emily. Well, Mr. Koob, Dr. Koob had an admission that he actually has wine occasionally, Pete, and you only get 2 drinks per month. So here's what Dr. Per week. Okay. That was my bad. So Dr. Koob, he has 2 glasses of white wine per week, usually a buttery Californian Chardonnay. I would change that to Sauvignon Blanc, Dr. Koob.
Oh, man. Let's party. This goes back to the last segment. Like, if you think the government's not going to save you, they're spending their time giving you this kind of guidance. No one's going to listen, thankfully. I mean, I feel good if I only have 2 beers by the 2nd inning. You know what I mean? Like,
Totally.
That's my level of moderation, so I have no further comment.
You're like proud, pat myself on the back on that one. You had Dr. Siegel on, which was interesting. Yes. So later in this article, Dr. Dan Malik says that they discount that alcohol infuses many lives in a positive way, the social aspect. Maybe it's reaching, but Dr. Siegel seemed to buy into it.
Yeah, Dr. Siegel said there's something for relaxing, and that when your heart rate is racing and you don't relax, that's not good for you either, and that wears on you and is aging. But listen, when the government told me that I could not eat raw cookie dough anymore, I stopped listening. Like, you're not going to take that away from me. So we'll just have to see how this plays out moving forward. But I think there will be a lot of non-compliance.
Yes.
I think it's going to be a recommendation, so everybody will have to decide for themselves.
I can't speak for her, Amy, but I would love to talk to Antoinette and Sarah from Staten Island, because here's the headline from the Daily Mail. Listen to Antoinette. New York woman, 104 years old, reveals her secrets to a long life, which include a beer every evening to unwind. You go, Antoinette.
Well, I guess this should start today. I would say if they did make it a rule or a law, I'd have no problem. Never have had alcohol my whole life, and I've turned out mostly okay to this point. So I think if you did have to be barred from it, you'd be okay. But here she says it's the secret to 104. I might have to reconsider.
Amy Freeze, you have something in common with Gen Z, who is shunning drinking altogether. That is interesting.
Maybe they'll like this.
Totally.
I think
they'll be good with these recommendations.
Yeah, good for them. I mean, you know, alcohol's not good, so good for Gen Z. All right, more Outnumbered in just a moment.
I'm Steve Doocy.
I'm Brian Kilmeade.
And I'm Ainsley Earhart. And click here to subscribe to the Fox News YouTube page to catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis.